Hello YouTube, this is Damar1079 coming at you with another World of Warships Legends video, and today we're taking a look at Premium Cruiser. Technically it's the Tier 2 one that you get in the German line, Kolberg A, or just Kolberg. A German protected cruiser, or light cruiser, later designated, since this is a pre-Dreadnought era ship. This was even before, I believe, Dreadnought was laid down. This was 1906. I think Dreadnought was 1909. So a good little bit there where protected cruisers, light cruisers, scout cruisers, whatever you want to define them as, were still prevalent and could still be useful in the quote-unquote modern Navy. She is one of a few ships that actually survived Germany's surrender for a short period of time. She was not taken to Scapa Flow and scuttled. She was actually given to the French and served a couple of years before pretty much like all ships of the pre-war Great War era, pre-World War I era ship scrapped. And pretty much there's no difference from regular Kolberg, I think. Let's see. Yeah, none. It's just this is a premium one now. Said light cruiser, protected cruiser, even though, yeah, not really. And she is actually the main ship of her class, which, much like how Americans do it, she is named after cities. Pretty sure a small city, which if nope, doesn't have it. Usually would have the coat of arms. I guess town lords, kings, dukes, earls, whatever's insignia. Whoever, I guess, was part of the royal people of the time. But let's get her in. In terms of actual service, she was designed to go against the Royal Navy, since they needed scout cruisers, because it at the time was almost, but not at her time of her construction, the era of the battleship, or the dreadnought era, had not begun yet. Were there ships out there with big guns? Yes. As big as the American popular 14-inch guns, or the British 15s, or the beginning 12-inch, 13.5-inch, or 12.5-inch naval guns that came through before, of course, the big guns of Iowa with its 16-inch, Yamato with their 18-inch, or the iconic 15s that the Germans and the British are known for, from Bismarck to Vanguard. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this correctly, but let me know if I got close in the comments. Her first battle with her sisters was Helga. I know I just butchered it. Helga is the only first bit I know how to say properly. Helga Balea, I know I screwed it up. But that was her first. She lost 2 sister ships in that battle. One that just got shot to absolute hell by British gunfire, and one that was targeted by the modern 12-inch guns of a dreadnought battleship. Which those things were, the 12-inchers, I think they said, were half a ton, which pretty much just sunk her because too much weight. surprisingly, this ship was also slooted to be upgraded before her second engagement, to where she didn't have these, I guess, probably 3-inch guns that I'm guessing she had. She was upgraded was the 6-inch cannons that you see at up lower in her deck now. Also, this, I apologize if I sound a little funny. I am sick at this time, so if I feel like it sounds like getting winded or I just stop talking all of a sudden, I apologize because I don't need to strain my voice as much as I normally do talking about these ships. But thankfully, this is a free. Oh yeah, this is a free ship. If you have PlayStation Plus or Xbox Core or whatever, I'm pretty sure you can get this ship for free alongside 3 days premium time. And I'm not going to say no to a free ship, even if it's a tier 2, and I'm probably not going to play with it alongside the 2 battles that I ever do.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Unless one day you want to see a live stream with me and my buddies, like, we have to pick a country, and we go from up there to the point that I guess we have it, or we have the most completed, I guess you could say. Also, besides the armor, they did say that this ship did have a port and starboard underwater torpedo, one single one, but never was useless on the open ocean, so I can see why this time that they didn't have it, because all the other ones said they had it, but they never said it was useless in the open ocean. This time they did, so understandable why this one doesn't have it. Like ones like Mikasa, a couple of the American ones and British ships. But Kolberg's other assignment, when she got her upgrade to her 6-inch guns, that helped her out a little bit, not much, of course. Still, we all know it's already dedicated to history. Germany lost the First World War and go on to repeat it 25 years later. But she was supposed to, excuse me, stop the Imperial, at the time, Russian fleet. And I forget the city's name, so I do apologize. But her duty was a couple of other German ships. We're supposed to hold the ships, capture them, and keep them in the bay. Because at this time, the revolution in Russia was going on, Tsarist Russia was falling, the rise of communist Russia, soon to be the Soviet Union, was on the rise. I don't think this was before the royal Russian family was executed, but we digress. That's just a mute point. It just popped into my head. Of course, they failed. Didn't receive no damage, but actually, no, my mistake. She was sent there. She was called back for the 6-inch guns because at the time, of course, didn't want to get any damage because, ooh, pretty much party popper guns, I guess she had, basically. And she was only basically reported to the scout role. She didn't want to go against any faster, more heavily armed Russian units that they had. Which is probably a standard because of Aurora, heavily armed, just as fast, more guns on her decks than Königsberg. And I don't even know how to say the Russian battleships, the 12-inch armed ones. Granted, not as fast, but still probably one broadsiding. Königsberg here is gone. But of course, that went down. That operation didn't last. She was sent back to Germany, survived, not getting told to go to Scapa Flow and then scuttling with the rest of the High Seas Fleet. Instead, she was retained by the French Navy for a long while, renamed. Forget the name. I literally just watched the video, but Königsberg was, I think, shortened to Königs. But she was scrapped a couple years afterwards. I believe around in the the 1920s, I believe. Much like all other ships of the time, like I said earlier in the video. And plus, really, all she would have been good is, even if she survived up until the rise of the Reich, she would have been a training ship at most, maybe. I don't even think even with what preceded the Kaiser's regime, this came to the democracy that it was for a short period of time, and then she probably would have been scrapped in between. There's like, oh, we can't afford to keep a warship like this, or technically because of the Treaty of Versailles, they had to wait 25 years to even make a modern ship, so technically she would have survived because of a pre-Dreadnought era battleship of the High Seas Fleet survived and actually was one, actually attacked Poland. Name escapes me what her name was, but she actually was the opening salvo to the attack on Poland. So the German Navy started World War II between Germany and Poland. I'm not going to get into the semantics of World War II started. It was the Japanese over there was attacking China and everything. In 36, and then here comes 39 was Poland, and then 41 with the attack of Pearl Harbor. I can just retain some random knowledge. That's one debate I will probably maybe get into one day, but at this time, no. This is just about the Königsberg and what I think of her. Thus far, doing good. Will she last? Against standard people, we'll see. Depending on how long it takes me to get into a game with her. Is she one of the best tier 2s? Technically, I would believe that to the American sister ships of the St. Louis class, and or the one Russian one that I freaking liked. It's it's not as heavily armed Aurora, but it's close enough. She was made by the Americans, so probably a prototype St. Louis, so maybe that's why I liked her. Sorry about me sniffing. I currently have no tissues by me, so instead of dripping snot where I am, more information than you need, I know I apologize. And also me little pooch sleeping not that far away from me, just snoring his little head off. And this, I know it's been a while, but whenever I think of it, I will get back to finishing up the series of Samimax, The Devil's Playhouse. Because technically I was almost done with that game. Just for my free time, I'm on the last one that I haven't finished because I wanted to play them first, then give you them. Which the last one I did was going into the Tomb of Samenmak. And also Pacific's Battle Stations Pacific with not finishing it. I'm only like into mission 6 of the US campaign. I had finished the Japanese one a long time ago. My plan actually was to do another episode, stream it on Twitch, record it, and put it onto YouTube before I went to Michigan this past October. But I never got a chance, or just completely forgot because of other videos that I did.
Direct front.
And also, I will eventually get the DLC pack for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and do that one since I know the storyline has expanded and all that, but all these other ones came with Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. I wanted to do that series because that was the freshness in my mind, liked it. It seems like for some reason, anytime I do remote play with my controller, plugging it into my computer, it kind of makes my controller's one thumbstick go kind of a little stupid. Giving me stick drift, even though it's probably time to get even though it's not that old, I don't think my PS5 controller to get one. The batteries still last forever, still hours. I don't drop it, I don't let my cousins that don't understand, like, hey, stay away from mine, you got your own stuff to wreck, because they drop their grandpas all the time, and those are got the standard one that it came with, and you got the $70, one of the $70 multicolored ones, and that thing's got stick drift worse. And this. A series that I may or may not do. It's an old game, not really old to do, is since I have PS Plus. One of the free games this month at the time of this recording is Suicide Squad. So I just downloaded it to have it in my library. I have it in my library just to have it, so I don't know on that. Might just live stream it just to have fun with some friends. It's like, hey, who wants to play the Suicide Squad? Who's got... Mind if I live streaming and stuff? So who knows on that? And also, I bought some current stuff here. Like Cruiser, like this. She's not supposed to go against battleships, and yet here I am going against what she was supposed to go against. More keen to shooting at destroyers and fellow cruisers. And overall, if you like collecting ships like I do, you have to have them all, even though technically it's the same one. It's not one of the sister ships. Which one of her sister ships is like a tier 6 or tier 7 cruiser? Mauser, M-I-N-Z, I think. However you say that. But for me, technically there's 4 of them, so I have 2 of them, so technically I could just name her whatever her sister ship's name is in my head, just like I have all of St. Louis's sister ships now. We have almost all the Iowa class battleships. You just need Wisconsin. What other ships of classes do we need? We have Yamato Musashi. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments below. What sister ship pair should they have? Because, oh, another one popped in my head. Scharnhorst Gneisenau.
Torpedoes support.
And since they are giving us a 1944 version of West Virginia, I will pick that ship up without a doubt. I like the Tier 5 West Virginia because that is where some of my family, at least on my one side, originates from. A more powerful West Virginia is always going to be welcome to my navy, to my fleet.
Enemy aircraft carrier blown up. Team has taken the lead.
And if I ever do another Pearl Harbor live stream with all Pearl Harbor surviving ships, it will make a little bit more sense to have her in Colorado in the same basket, which hopefully that fire stops soon. Speaking of it, I just saw it balloon on the tape. Whew, I feel bad for you, all you people that live out there. And I'm sorry for all of you that actually have family out there. If you're one of the 24 people thus far that have gone missing from it or is sadly gone. Yeah, let me know what other sister ships that they should add. One I would like, because I had very good luck with her, is Nelson's sister, Rodney. Since she is one of the only, the only battleship to hit a battleship was a torpedo, and supposedly one of the last few that actually got the finishing blow on Bismarck. And the most history done on her. To where, ooh, that would have been cool to save. There she goes. My final thoughts on Königsberg A, just Königsberg. She vibrates intensely since she's on the island. Yeah, not one of the best tier 2 premiums I have in my collection. But pretty much the added bonus of getting a bunch of flags, some credits, and premium time to add on to the what I did have. It's good. And at the time of this recording, I'm also at milestone 80 of the campaign that's going on at this time, the pretty much scaled down version cruiser of the Nelson class battleship, which I am working to get. So if I do, you will see that after this video or whenever I decide to post this. Might post this at the time of this recording. It's posted, it's scheduled, it's scheduled to come out. The Galvatron Transformers video review is to come out next Monday, so a week from today's recording. I may put this before, I may put this after. We'll see what I feel like doing. So maybe I'll have done that one and I'll post that after one of these two. We'll just see how it goes from there. And I'm pretty much rambling now, so I want to thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe, hit that bell to notify you anytime that I post a video or go live, and pretty much, again, at the time of this recording, since I already said it in Galvatron's video, we're almost at the halfway point to get into 400 subscribers. I know we didn't get to it like we did last year, was getting the 200 before the end of the 2023, but let's see if we can get to 400 before the end, before February starts. Let's see if we can get that, and maybe before, I guess, my 6th year anniversary on YouTube. I think 6-year anniversary. Let's see if we can get to 400 subscribers. That would be a good milestone, I think. But until then, again, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. See ya.